Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of Clockwork Planet episode 11. This one was, it was another episode of Clockwork Planet, I think like most others. But starting from the beginning of it to discuss it part by part, there is 7 hours from what they know until the tall wand drops. Baguette, oh god, I put in my notes, Baguette could connect my HT shaft to the decelerator gear. Oh god. Yeah, moving on from that, some other thoughts I have down that I took down while I was watching it. So there's this one sequence where it's towards the beginning as well, where the princess chick goes to talk to Naoto or whatever, and she says, "Naoto Miura," and he replies, "Do you mean me?" She said his full name, your first and last name, Naoto. Why, you mean me? Also, the princess says, "Oh, I see you're not a person to trust, and you're a fair person." I hate to say it's above my head. I just think that a lot of the show tries to be needlessly complex and over the top and philosophical and stuff when that's not what this show is. It's like it's trying to be something way beyond its station, when I think it would benefit a lot from just either simplifying itself to know what it is or upping the story to fit what it thinks of its own story. Okay, so then the old man dude, we find out his name is Gennai, but he says that meeting Naoto changed him. But the thing is, he was already going through this evil plot and had this group of people before meeting Naoto. Well, the Yatsu Kahagi, that's what it was. The Yatsu Kahagi was already there when Naoto met the old man, but the old man said meeting Naoto changed him, so Naoto, this timeline is all screwed up. The timeline is, not quite on track, I guess, because he just did that recently. Then we have our robot slaughter every episode by the sexbot cyborg person and Halter. The Yatsukahagi then shoots through Akihabara and the Pillar of Heaven. We then learn the guy's name is Gennai. The tall wand drops early. It's destroyed by the Yatsukahagi, so it completely, once again, the weapons of the government totally dwarfed. Then Anchor runs off to fight. Naoto is thrown into despair and needs Marie to work a miracle here. Then they say the original gearwork is the problem, and Naoto and Baguette go and they talk about how they're opposites, or at least Baguette does. And then they go to Super Fixy world with these machines and start remaking the gear structure. And then at the very end, Anchor seems to attempt to use self-destruct. So I actually thought it was entertaining. That was a real mess of a rundown. I actually thought it was pretty entertaining. I actually really liked a lot of the scenes toward the end. Toward the beginning, I thought I was going to give it a pretty bad score because I'm like, okay, this is not very good. But a lot of the scenes toward the end really turned me back around. And even then, it wasn't great. I don't even know if you could say it was good, but I enjoyed it. Doesn't really matter so much if it was good. I thought it was entertaining, but the plot was a mess. The plot's been a mess this season. The plot was a mess. The animation and music as well were mostly not good. There was one really good soundtrack in the background. But yeah, that's actually pretty much all my thoughts on it, were that I was entertained by it, but as I pointed out, there were some inconsistencies and the plot's a bit of a mess. It tried for this really... I think it's tried for a heavier plot, but the quality and the storytelling hasn't been there. I feel like this would have been good and made a lot of sense if we had had some setup that this world of gears, this Clockwork Planet, wasn't good for everyone, or it was unnatural or destroying some sort of environment or dangerous, but we have established none of that. The only thing we know about the planet is that without it, Earth would have been destroyed, so there would be no planet. So the Clockwork Planet seems to be a good thing that this guy is trying to destroy, and we as fans weren't presented with any moral quandary of it being potentially a bad thing. So, yeah, so now the villain is just destroying this for the heck of it and going on these philosophical rants about a philosophy that makes no sense from what we've seen in the universe. So, yeah, just a bit of a messy plot. More noticeably than usual, I guess, because it's winding down towards the end. But I'm still actually going to give it a 5 out of 10. 5 Super Fixy Worlds out of 10. I wasn't originally going to score it that high, but I'm going to because I ended up enjoying it, and I thought a lot of the scenes towards the end with Anchor were good. Like the Anchor and Ryuzu scene I thought was pretty good. I thought the Naoto, the part where Naoto is like finally breaking down and saying he was jealous of Baguette's talents or whatever, or envious of her talents. I think, again, if I were writing this, I would have had that sort of developed a bit more. But, you know, either way, it is what it is. I'm still giving it 5 out of 10. I'm just going to stick with that. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there, tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more Clockwork Planet and much more. We're going to be covering a lot of anime next season, hopefully. Or at least I'm going to be talking about a lot from this season by doing some full series reviews once the season is over. So yeah, it's almost over. 1 episode left. You know, I haven't thought it was bad. It's just been an okay show. Being positive with it, though. I've enjoyed it for what it is. Also, I guess follow on Twitter if you want to try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That is it. I guess see you all next time.